Oi, you go. Two, one. Well, I. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of CampusCare EdTalks, an exclusive platform where the who's who of education come on board and express their viewpoints on curbing topics related to education and impart their wisdom and knowledge on the same. Before I begin, let me quickly introduce you to Entab. We're a 20-year-old IT company engaged in providing matured and futuristic school ERP, CRM, and mobile apps to the top schools spread across India and help transform them from good schools to the great ones. In today's session, we shall discuss about the importance of practical learning. That's right. Well, if you include me, then I'll learn. And that's the game, like Benjamin Franklin said. With the growing requirement of skilled professionals, the importance of practical learning has increased. And today we shall learn how do our educational leaders inculcate practical learning in their schools. So let's start by introducing our panel. Our first guest of the day is Dr. Sarda Chandrasekaran, who is currently associated with the Whitefield Global School in Bangalore as the academic director and head of the institution. With an experience of 39 years in the field of education, ma'am has been honored with the Women's Achiever Award in 2019 and Outstanding Education Gold Award. We are honored and blessed to have you here on board with us, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Next up, we have Dhavala Suseela ma'am, the principal of Akshara School, Kakinada in Andhra Pradesh. Ma'am is a learner, innovative educator, and a leadership consultant all the same. For her contribution to the field of education, ma'am has been honored with the Best Academician of the Year award in 2018, the Best Principal award in 2011, and the Best Teacher award in 2002 and 2004. And there are many more accolades under her belt. So please put your hand together for Dhavala Suseela ma'am. Welcome on board, ma'am. So, ladies, and my before I go start with the topic, I forgot. So sorry. My name is Himanshu. I'm your host for the evening. And in case those who are watching me on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so and click on the bell icon to stay regularly updated. Also, all those viewers in the live, like Rutvika and Heyman, in your live chat, put in your questions, and I'll ask those questions from our lovely principals, and you'll get a shout out. So please remember to ask the questions. All right. Ma'am, let's begin with the webinar today. And my first thing which I would like to know is that there has been an ongoing debate about theoretical learning and practical learning, and it's a lifelong debate, right? So our audience would like to know how can an educator create a perfect blend, a perfect balance between the both. Let's start with Sarda ma'am first.
Very good evening to all of you. Thank you very much for calling me for this webinar. I'll tell you one small example. When I was a kid, I did not know I did not know to cycle. Okay. And I being a born fat and a hefty person, nobody wants to help me in teaching because holding me and the vehicle becomes too heavy for them. So my brother decided that he will teach me. So he told me one thing. He said, it's very easy. All you need to do is put your right foot onto the right side pedal, okay? And left foot onto the left side pedal. Hold the handlebar, balance, and cycle. That's it. Then I said, I tried, okay, right foot on the right pedal, left foot on the left pedal, handlebar I held, I tried to balance, damal I fell down. Okay? Then he said, hey, don't be a dunce, come on, very easy it is. Right foot, right pedal, left foot, left pedal. Hold the handlebar and manage. Just balance it. You will get it. Many other times he told me that many times I fell, I got bruised. Then I shouted at him that he doesn't not teach. Now, that is what is required. We cannot teach the people theoretically. We need to give them an experiential learning. Now, If you are telling them that how much of a theory or how much of a practical is required, it is like saying that how much to teach them to cook and how much to teach them to eat. Okay, but we should teach them not only to cook but also to eat, number one, and how to cook and make them also to cook for survival. That is the main thing we need to teach the children. That first of all, how to cook and teach them to cook, then eat. So all the three are completely practical, and theory is only a supportive teaching. Only theory doesn't happen. Practical makes them learn, practical makes them remember for life, practical makes them to explore, practical makes them to practice, practical makes them to analyze, synthesize, evaluate, and do it forever and learn it forever. So practicals are required, not 50-50, but in my point of view, learn through practicals so theory automatically comes. This is what is my stand. Thank you.
Wonderful, Sharda ma'am. So, according to you, basically, in order to understand the concept of any, to have a conceptualized learning, you
Yeah,
should do practical learning, and then anything else will be just a matter of knowledge, right?
yeah.
Okay, Sushila ma'am, do you concur with the same, or do you have some other theory?
I agree with that. What agree? 100% man is right. Theory teaches us the experience of others. Theory tells the experience of the others, where the practical knowledge can often lead to a deeper understanding of concept through the act of personal experience. Through the act of personal experience, by the practicals we learn, but theory gives the experience of the others. As ma'am rightly told, brother told left and right. That is the theory he told. But until and unless we will sit on the chair and experience, then only we'll learn. And once we are doing anything hands-on activity, we remember. We remember because, as rightly said, if I'll see, I'll forget. If I'll hear, I remember. If I'll engage myself, I
I
learn the
learn,
things. Yes,
right?
sir. That's what I means. Theory is the experience of the others, whereas the practical is the personal experience where we learn the concepts properly, understand and apply in our day-to-day life.
Right. Wonderful, Suseela ma'am. So, guys, practical learning. Basically, having an experiential learning, correct? If I say, I want to learn horticulture, then I should go to my
Hmm.
gardener, and he'll teach me, what to actually do in it and how to actually go forward, right? Then he becomes my
Hmm.
mentor, he
Hmm.
becomes my, and I'm not spending great bucks.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you also have certain activities in your school like these wherein practical learning ekdam to the point practical learning?
Mm. You
Chandra
want me
ma'am.
to answer?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. What a lovely question. I love this question. I'll give you one example. Okay. Long back, I was taking training to my teachers, so I told them to show me something. And so one of the physics teachers has shown this, demonstrated. Like she told all the children, she went to the class and told all the children, I want all of you to make some noise. Okay. Sound has to be created. So the sound can be the sound can be whistling, sound can be clapping. Children were allowed to go out and pull some coconut leaves and make the tea, bura, those things. Any kind of noise. Next 5 minutes, the class was in a complete chaos, only noise and noise and sound. Then she said, okay, quiet. Very good. Now you should listen to me. Tell me, each one of you should tell me, how did that sound become? I'll give you 5 minutes to think and tell me. In next 5 minutes, 25 children have defined how the sound has come. Is there a better way of learning? And you don't need to spend money for it. You absolutely don't need to spend money for it.
Yeah.
For example, yeah, one more example I tell you. You are teaching children a football game, yeah? And you are teaching children football game and they say that I am at so-and-so point, I am at so-and-so point, I am the goal key, vagera. So there is a boy standing at the center of the ground, there is a boy standing at the other extreme end, and now the boy who's standing at the extreme end has kicked the ball to the boy at the center, and the boy at the center has really, in a 45-degree angle, has hit the ball into the goal. Okay? Now, you tell the children, fantastic. Now stop that and tell that in which angle did the ball go?
Mm.
Can we make some theorem out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they remember it better. They remember it for life. They do it for life and they will know that where to use it. Where all we are using it. So you don't need money for it. You need creativity for it.
Wonderful.
So,
Wonderful, Sharda ma'am. Exactly. Suseela ma'am, because there are certain concepts that we use, that we study, like algebra and all those things, where we might not use them on a day-to-day basis. Of course, if you're a coder or if you belong, until and unless you belong to that particular field. So, but when we talk about these experiences, like ma'am said about football and all those things, like for example, I remember in SSC examination, a tree used to fall down, and the shadow end of the pole and everything that we used to make a triangle. I remember that during those times. So, Suseela ma'am, my question is, do you think such type of relatable studies or relatable case studies helps in leaving an impact on our brain, which makes us quite, when we are filling the exam, oh yeah, this is what happened at that time.
Yes, sir. The best example, the Three Idiots. Three Idiots. Another one is that boy. They will be getting he will be millionaire. That Kaun Banega Karodpati. That question answer session is there now, sir. Means from the crash. Sometimes once we see the things on the road also, those incidents, those things also will be teaching us some of the things. Without, as ma'am told, without any spending the money. As rightly she told about the sound. The same in our school also, physics teacher, she forgot means but there's some problem was there. No, she wanted to show the concave and convex mirrors. Then she asked children how I'm going to do. I don't have the concave and convex mirror right now. How I'm going to do. Then children started telling, ma'am, your specs, this, that, different answers had come. Lastly, one child told that I'll give my spoon and I'll tell that which is the concave and which is the convex. Every one of us, we are having the spoons in our boxes. Take out the spoons, which is concave, which is convex, that is, and teaching the volume, teaching the surface area, all those things. My teachers means when I was a teacher also, we used to take the chalk piece boxes. Volume. If I'll be telling this is volume, 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 but what is it exactly? They don't know. What if practical I show this is inside, this is the volume, this is the thing we have to measure, then children will be remembering all those things.
So basically, it's just coming up with new creative ideas to impart knowledge and to leave an impact, to leave an imprint in the mind of the student. And whether it's experiential learning, whether it's hands-on learning, blended learning, online learning, XYZ, it's just finding out different ways to impart knowledge in a much better manner, in a much effective manner, in a much creative manner, whether it's practical or theoretical, any which ways, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
One more example I can give you here.
Yes, Suseela ma'am.
When I was teaching the polymerization, which was the topic in the 10th standard chemistry. Okay? Then that time they don't know the valency, how the atoms, electrons, well, protons, all those things, they don't know anything. But I have to teach the polymerization. So, how to teach? It is to be the concept where what you told it should be imprinted in the brains. After the recess, I had that period, chemistry period. Then I told that during the recess, I saw something which was happening in the ground. Later on, I went in the class. Children were fighting for the laddus in the recess time. Somebody brought the laddus. Everyone wanted to grab that. I asked how many of you got the laddus. Some told, ma'am, I got the full. Some of them, they told some pieces. Lastly, somebody told, ma'am, I got bundi. I told bundi is nothing but the monomer, and laddu is your polymer. And the process of making, bringing all the bundi particles to laddu, the process is the polymerization.
Wow.
And the student who is there in the US, maybe 2 3 years back, they had some. His kid had some science fair, science exhibition. He gave the polymerization, laddus and bundi and polymerization. The child got the first prize. Then he emailed me, ma'am, your laddus helped me to get my child to do well. I didn't get him. I told, what is that? Then he told, ma'am, simple way she explained what is monomer, what is polymer, and what is the polymerization. So just simple thing I explained, but it has remained. Whenever he'll see bigger thing, he'll tell this is a polymer, this is a monomer, and the process is a polymerization.
Right. Wonderful, ma'am. Very nice example and a very practical example in how it not only helped your student but the generation of students. So that's very good. All right. So Sarda, ma'am, nowadays that we talk about practical learning, technology also has a lot of role to play in it. So how during and especially during online classes when during Corona and everything went online, right? So how did you maintain practical learning during Corona?
See, there are different ways and modes we can do. The first thing is technology help. You just Google, then you have a minimum 25,000 to 30,000 of searches. Be ready to teach any particular concept, and they will give you 100 ideas or 1,000 ideas, million ideas how to do practical learning. Then that is one aspect that we can use multiple available resources. Second thing happened is that whether we are meeting physically, whether we are meeting virtually, still we have to come back to the physical world of somewhere that learning. For example, that I want to teach my children about the volume of or the how does the sphere look or something for a little small kid. I can always tell them to bring a lemon from the kitchen. Yeah, how does the lemon look like? Or I can tell them that tomorrow I'm going to talk about the earth. So keep either a lemon or an orange ready in your hand. Okay, so then we will start working on that. Yeah, and this also makes the child move from the chair, move around. Okay, so that screen time, being long time with the screen will go away. Second thing is that at one posture, the posture problems will change and the child will become physically active. At the same time, the child will also understand to compare and contrast and also understand how things will look similar or do not look similar. So these are also ways of learning. Again and again, I'm telling you something better, that it is completely in the mind of the teacher that tomorrow I'm going with this particular topic. So, how will I do? For example, tomorrow I want to teach the children of third standard the difference between a plateau and a mountain. Okay, so third standard children, plateaus are high flat lands, and
Right.
mountains are high peaked mountains.
I
Okay,
think
lands.
right.
So all I tell them is to keep their hand on the forehead. I tell them, this is your plateau. Yeah, it is a high raised flat land,
And this is
and
your
this is your mountain.
mountain. Right.
Yeah, peaked land. So the difference is this is a peaked one, and this is a flat one, and these are plains, and these are deep down valleys. Yeah. Now, do I need any kind of a teaching aid for me? It is all there in the mind. And this, I don't need anything else. It's only there in my mind. Apart from this, there are so many technological supports which are coming with today, that there are multiple apps which are there, multiple sites which are there, which is giving you a three-dimensional feel. The child can, I mean, that augmented learning is coming, and with the augmented learning, the child is able to feel. So technology helped, and also the technology is created by man. So the man also should keep his or her creativity sharp, so
Right.
that they'll continue to be the masters.
Right. So Sheila ma'am, what are your viewpoints on the same?
Adding to that, We can give the open-ended questions. Open-ended questions, their thinking, their approaches, everything will be more, means they'll be researching so much to get the things. And allow the students collaboration also, that which is required. Use the jigsaw strategy. Using the jigsaw strategy also will help us
Learning which makes the child learn better any day, and experiential learning. That's it.
So sorry, guys. My internet, I don't know, somehow it got disconnected in between, and then all of a sudden everything stopped. My YouTube stream stopped and everything. I'm so sorry about that. But I'm back now. So
we never noticed that. We
uh,
didn't feel that.
I actually wanted to hear what Suseela ma'am was saying, to be honest. Uh,
Suseela ma'am gave a fantastic
right,
insight about the whole lot of experiential learning through different pedagogies and inquiry based learning.
right. All right. So let's finish the webinar because I am presume this will again go. I will get both of you back once again when I know for a fact for a longer period of time. Even though we are just about to, let's take a last closing remarks by both of you, by Sharda ma'am. Closing remarks from your angle.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can
All
I
I
tell
want
you
to
a small story, ma'am? Before that, before you give the concluding this,
Yeah, ma'am.
means
Please, please.
how practical
uh,
this one is important. See, one person, he is a postgraduate in automobile engineering. I think everyone knows that. He is an automobile engineer and worked in a very big company. He is a gold medalist in the automobile engineering and everything. One day, when he was returning from the office, his car stopped all of a sudden. Then he started checking the whole car, brakes, this, that, wheels, everything he had checked. Then he didn't find any fault with the vehicle. He was standing on the road. Some other person was going on. He asked, "What happened, sir?" He told, "Car stopped. I don't know. Everything is perfectly all right." He told, "Sir, everything is. I'm an automobile engineer. I have checked everything is in perfect condition." He told, "Sir, did you check the petrol tank? Oil is not there. Petrol is not there." Means theory, he's having the vast knowledge in the theory. Practically, he didn't check the oil tank, which is empty. So here, theory knowledge along with the practical it goes, then only things will be better. That we have to learn that.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
All the mechanical engineers and technicians and everybody, they said, "Arey, nobody can fix this problem. It is impossible. The engine is broke." So this somewhat of an expert comes with a hammer, knocks on the engine of a ship, and says $10,000. Well, and everybody is aghast. They're like, "What, $10,000 for just a knock on the ship?" Well, then no, $9,999 is to know where to knock, and $1 is for the knock. So that's why important
Yes.
practical learning is. Sharda ma'am,
Even pencil,
yeah,
how to use the pencil means in the space. When the people have gone to the space, the ink pen, the fountain pen, the ink started spilling out. Then how to control that? So much of investigation was going on. Lastly, one child told, "Why you are taking a pen to write? Why don't you carry a pencil? There is no problem. That's a lead. It can means it will not spill out the ink." So pencil can be used instead of thinking so much how to control the ink overflow, all those things, spilling of the ink and everything. So there practically we do the things. Theory will learn so much until and
ma'am,
unless you do there in the field.
Suseela ma'am, could you please put the camera a bit downwards because we are unable to see your face?
No problem. My voice is
Yes,
so
ma'am, but we're
means
there on YouTube,
we
right?
have to think in different manner and practically the child gave the answer. Here all the scientists they were working on to make the fountain pen. How ink will not spill out in the space because of the pressure difference and everything. Small child told that why don't you use a pencil for writing purpose you want? Why you're spending so much of time on your research work and everything. Use the pencil.
Right. Sharda ma'am, very quickly, closing remarks.
Thank you, and Suseela ma'am, and I think Raghu, na your name?
Ma'am, Ivanshu.
Yeah. Vivanshu, thank you for the stories you added to me, to my story bank. Normally, I tell stories, but since both of you told stories, I'm not telling stories. But all I would like to say is that if a teacher is extremely creative, okay, and if the teacher believes that nothing is impossible in making learning happen extremely experientially for the child to remember for life, then the sky is the limit, number one. The child will remember forever. And we have a number of examples to tell that how the children use this kind of knowledge in practicality, and then they stand as our own teachers. That saying that we can do this. The last one, I would like to tell you something that I learned the complete squares and circles and the entire radius and all from my father by through waltz dance, and he was a good waltz dancer, and I used to do the waltz dance with him, and he taught me the whole lot of squares, the circles, the radius, and how to take the entire area and circumference, everything through waltz dance. Then, taking that as a cue, I understood that we can use dance beautifully to teach multiple concepts. We can do multiple things. Then my guru, Dr. Vasanti Tyagarajan, she is the senior principal of Shishya School, Hosur. She told that Rangoli can be used beautifully to teach multiple concepts. So again and again, I conclude saying that sky is the limit to use the different kinds of very much available resources to make the child experience, learn, and remember for life. And it is only experiential learning which is the best way of learning. So let us all adopt it. Thank you for
Right.
listening. Love
Thank
you
you
all.
so much, Sarda ma'am. Suseela ma'am, your closing remarks for the same.
Knowing is not enough. Just I wanted to say one good quotation which I have seen today only. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. And willing is not enough. We must do.
Hmm. Right. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
Thank you so much,
And
Suseela ma'am. Thank you so much,
thanks to the
Sarda ma'am.
NTAC because I could meet Ma'am Sharda Ma'am. Thank you very much. I learned a lot from you people.
Yeah, Sharda ma'am and Sushila ma'am, I learned a lot from both of you. Thank you so much for being such lovely, participants. Sharda ma'am, a compliment to you. You have a beautiful smile as well. So,
Thank you so much.
thank you so much for coming on board and making me feel as a very integral part of the conversation. It was a pleasure hosting both of you. Good night, good evening. Have stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good night. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Thank you, Vivanshu, for the compliment. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.